Why did Byeon Woo-seok leave ASEA so suddenly? Was it really because of Kim Hye-yoon? The moment the curtains closed on the star-studded event, he vanished from the spotlight and boarded a flight straight back to Korea. Was it love calling him home? Or is there a deeper story we haven't heard yet? Let's dive into the drama with red carpet revealed. You won't believe what we've uncovered. He didn't even stay for the after party. That's what one staff member whispered as the Asia Star Entertainment Awards, ASEA, wrapped up in Tokyo, Japan. The atmosphere was festive, electric, celebrities exchanging hugs, congratulating winners, and cameras flashing from every angle. But while the stars lingered under the city lights, one man vanished almost instantly. Byeon Woo-seok, the breakout heartthrob of 2025, was gone. The public first realized it when photos began circulating online showing Woo-seok, dressed in a pristine white sweatshirt and black mask, at Incheon International Airport just hours after the ASEA concluded. His posture was quiet, his steps measured, his eyes unreadable behind the thick frames of his glasses. But there was something about the way he walked, hurried but thoughtful, determined but conflicted, that triggered a collective question across fandoms. Why did Byeon Woo-seok leave Japan so quickly? The airport appearance that sparked a storm. At first glance, nothing seemed off. Celebrities fly out all the time. Tight schedules. Next shoots. Brand deals. But fans weren't buying the typical busy calendar excuse this time. They zoomed in on every photo. They dissected every video clip. One moment in particular went viral. A short clip of Woo-seok walking briskly toward the arrivals gate in Seoul. He doesn't speak, he doesn't wave. But there's a micro-expression, a fleeting clench of his jaw and a subtle downward flick of his eyes, that fans interpreted as sorrow. Not stress, not fatigue. Something else. But what truly fueled the wildfire was the timing. Back in Japan, the ASEA stage had barely cooled. And sitting in the audience during the show, Woo-seok had been caught on camera watching someone very intently, Kim Hye-yoon. The actress had taken the stage as a presenter, paired with Young-hoon, exuding grace and her signature charm. Her laugh echoed through the venue, her eyes shining. But when the screen cut to Woo-seok, fans noticed his lips tighten just slightly. His gaze was fixed not on the whole stage, but on her. The look that said too much. It wasn't just the direction of his eyes. Was the way they softened and tensed at once, the way his fingers curled around the water bottle he held, the brief pause before he blinked, almost as if he was grounding himself. It wasn't acting. It wasn't rehearsed. And fans weren't silent about it. He looked like someone watching the love of his life from afar. His expression when she laughed with another guy? That was pain. This is not fan service. This is real. In hours, TikTok had surfaced. Split screens of Kim Hye-yoon on stage and Woo-seok in the crowd, accompanied by melancholic music. Tags like #jealous Woo-seok and #for Hye-yoon began trending across Korean and international fan forums. Then came the kicker, his early flight home. No interviews, no post-event media, just a quiet, unexplained exit. But was it really because of Kim Hye-yoon? Speculation flew fast. Some said Woo-seok was simply exhausted. After all, his schedule has been relentless since Lovely Runner ended. Interviews, endorsements, dramas, photo shoots. Others whispered something else. He couldn't stand watching Kim Hye-yoon smile next to another man. Could it be that simple? Or is the truth more layered? Let's rewind. Behind the curtains, a timeline of subtle signals. Since their on-screen romance in Lovely Runner, Byeon Woo-seok and Kim Hye-yoon have been inseparable in the eyes of fans. Their chemistry was magnetic. Interviews filled with shared glances and playful laughter. But there was more. Backstage at music shows, were often spotted together, laughing quietly, exchanging subtle gestures. A water bottle passed without a word. A light touch on the arm. Nothing overt. Everything telling. In one interview, Woo-seok was asked what scene from Lovely Runner stayed with him the most. He answered, "The scene where I wait for her in the rain." I think waiting for someone you love, not knowing if they'll come, is one of the most painful things. It's also beautiful. He looked down as he spoke. Hye-yoon, sitting beside him, glanced at him silently. Moments like that didn't go unnoticed. Then came the award circuits, Golden Wave, All-Star Awards, and now ASEA. At the first two events, Woo-seok and Hye-yoon were seated close, cameras captured them whispering during breaks, sharing shy smiles. But at ASEA, things were different. They were placed apart. Hye-yoon with her co-presenter, Woo-seok alone. And that's when the unease began to show. A closer look at the ASEA seating drama, production staff anonymously told Red Carpet revealed, the original plan was to seat them together again for fan service. But there was a sudden switch last minute. Some insiders claimed that a sponsor, affiliated with another rising male star, requested the change to highlight a different pair on stage, was meant to boost brand synergy. But for Woo-seok, the result seemed personal. He was silent the whole time backstage, another staffer shared. Barely spoke to anyone. And during the after-party, while most stars mingled freely, Woo-seok reportedly stayed for less than 20 minutes. A few polite bows, a drink of water, and then he slipped out the side door. The next anyone saw him, he was in Korea. While fans were obsessing over Woo-seok's airport photos, insiders from the ASEA production team began leaking new details. One audio technician claimed to have overheard a conversation backstage between Woo-seok's manager and another staffer. He was upset about something, not angry, just distant. He said, "I didn't expect her to be that close with him on stage." Could him refer to Byeon? Or perhaps a new male actor Hye-yoon was recently seen with at a brand event? The name wasn't mentioned, but the sentiment was clear. Woo-seok had taken something personally. The technician also claimed that Woo-seok had asked to switch his seating last minute. He didn't want to be placed directly opposite the main stage. He said he wasn't feeling well, but the tone felt more like he didn't want to watch. Hye-yoon's reaction, hidden in plain sight? Hye-yoon returned to Korea the next day, her smile as radiant as ever. He waved at reporters, answered questions lightly, and posed gracefully. But there was one moment that caught fans off guard, a single, whispered sentence to her coordinator on a fan-recorded video. As the car door opened, Hye-yoon turned and said, "Did he already leave?" The voice was soft, almost drowned out by the crowd. But the context was hard to ignore. Was she referring to Woo-seok? Fan site soon posted a close-up of her phone case. On it was a tiny sticker that read, "You'll always find your way back." Incidents. Or a quiet message meant for someone. Storm in the media. It didn't take long for the press to catch on. Within 48 hours, headlines began popping up across Korean entertainment news. Byeon Woo-seok's mysterious exit from Japan, romantic reason behind it. Kim Hye-yoon caught asking about Woo-seok, what's happening between them, from lovely runner to real-life drama. Are Byeon and Hye-yoon more than friends? Entertainment shows began analyzing body language, expressions, and public statements from both stars over the past few months. One expert on K-Celeb Weekly claimed, "The way Byeon looks at her isn't just admiration, it's yearning. That's a man who's afraid to lose someone." Another anchor chimed in, "They're either already dating, or they're both in love and too scared to say it." Behind closed doors, what their friends say, a source close to Kim Hye-yoon, who asked to remain anonymous, revealed a few cryptic but compelling insights. They're very close. Closer than people think. But it's not easy. They're in different agencies. Different contracts. There's pressure. Not everyone wants them together. The source added that during the filming of Lovely Runner, the pair would often talk long after takes ended. They'd sit on the set steps, just talking about life, fears, regrets. Unscripted. That was real. From Byeon's side, another insider hinted that the actor had once confessed to a friend, "It's hard when your feelings don't have space to grow. Everyone's watching. You start wondering if you should just keep it all inside." That line echoed painfully in fans' hearts. The moment everything changed. One pivotal detail came to light from a hotel staff member in Tokyo, one no one expected. Late the night after the ASEA, just before Woo-seok checked out, he left a handwritten note behind at the front desk. The contents weren't meant for the public. But as rumors swirled, an anonymous hotel insider leaked what they remembered from it. "I watched you smile from far away. I realized I didn't want to be far anymore. I don't know if it's too late. I had to come home to figure out if there's still something here." There was no name. But it didn't have to be spelled out. What comes next? Back in Korea, Both actors are reportedly preparing for new projects, but neither has made any official public appearances together since ASEA. This silence, however, makes fans more obsessed. On social media, fan communities have started campaigns urging both stars to be true to their feelings. Some fans are even organizing online petitions asking production companies to reunite them in a new romantic drama. We saw it. The pain. Hope. The love. Don't waste that chemistry. Even fate gave them a second chance. The airport meeting that almost happened. One stunning development nearly broke the internet. According to one source, Kim Hye-yoon was supposed to be on the same flight as Woo-seok back to Korea. But her departure was delayed last minute due to a sponsor meeting. They were booked on the same return. He didn't know she was staying behind. He found out at the airport. He hesitated. There's even talk of him staying another night. But he left. The missed encounter has since been dubbed by fans as the flight that could have changed everything.